Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So we start in the daily time frame. Here we are likely in the last stages of a bull run that started in 2022. We have a pretty much complete 5-wave move to the upside, which can still extend. I'd like it to get to around about 130k. Shouldn't be anything new unless you're really new on the channel here. We're approaching targets I've been talking about for a couple of years. We are now in a larger topping area. I don't assume we have topped yet. I'd like to see the price go a little bit higher. That's all based on the wave structure. I mean, I've talked that up and down in recent weeks. Really, since I started talking about we are in a topping area, the price hasn't really done much, and the narrative has been very consistent over the last couple of months. I wanted to see the price go a bit higher. It's done that. We even formed a new all-time high and very recently, and yeah, but you know, there is no sign a top is in place. There's quite a bit of intraday volatility at the moment, or there has been this week, which is quite indicative of the structure we're dealing with, which is like an ending diagonal, and very indicative of where we are in the cycle. It indicates topping action, topping price action, very nervous market. The sentiment is very interesting as well. Obviously, a lot of clickbait going on. You know, people were hoping for Trump to push the prices higher. I'm always very careful with statements like these because I always say, you know, stuff like that typically just introduces volatility, doesn't really change the wave pattern. That's exactly what we've seen this week. There hasn't really been any major movement. I mean, a lot of people, you know, you see it on YouTube, you hear it in podcasts, expected the market to basically moon just based on, you know, Trump's idea of a US reserve, Bitcoin reserve, or crypto reserve. But honestly, it was clear, it was priced in, right? And instead people jumped, you know, onto Trump coin, and they've now lost a lot of their money because this coin has gone down like 50% or something. So, by the way, that takes me to the next topic. You guys voted on Twitter, on X, for me to cover a coin this weekend, and it was actually Trump. So I've uploaded that video today, just like 20 minutes ago. So if you're interested, if you know, in Trump coin analysis, just check it out. Their support, resistance levels, my ideas about this chart. Obviously, it's a very limited chart history, but as you can see, Ondo didn't make it. It was Trump. So check it out. Link is in the description. Just make sure you only follow the official account. All right, that's sorted. But yeah, overall, look for higher. I mean, 130k would be my ideal target. I'm not saying we top there. You know, I can only warn. And this is still a bit of an upside move that could happen. But overall, we're in the late stages if you compare where we come from, if you compare it with where we come from. And ultimately, 190k would be another upside target. But you know, 130k would make this wave count full. There can be extensions up to 190k also in this wave count. Anything above that, and I'm likely wrong about the chart, which wouldn't make a great difference because I would not call a top anyway until we break support. And honestly, on the smaller time frames, there will always be new entries anyway. So I think it's all good. I think we're all sorted. Just need, you know, anybody with large macro positions, if you're not prepared for a large correction, maybe think about your risk. I can't give you advice, I can't tell you what to do, but from a macro point of view, I'd rather be downsizing personally. But that's up to you. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame. As I said, there is no evidence for a top, but that can happen very, very quickly. For now, I prefer this white scenario on the smaller time frame. This is nothing new. We talked about that as well in the last few days. There's been very interesting micro price action, but nothing really changed structurally, because the market only moved sideways all week. So if the market only moves sideways, it doesn't really mean there hasn't been any progress on the chart. It's just sideways. It's not progress. So we haven't moved further in line with the trend, which is up. The overall idea is that this fifth wave is an ABC structure. I just showed you that on the larger time frame. A, B, C, and the next move up could be the final move up. I'm not saying it is, but it definitely could be. You know, that will be the first time that I tell you the wave count is really full. So A wave up, yeah, B wave triangle, C wave up. We're going to zoom in a minute. Short-term bearish count is in yellow, just like a 1-2 setup, but the wave 2 is not finished. a B wave triangle, but it could break down. Ultimately, support levels haven't changed. The key support area here is 92,626 to 97,260. This will only be tested most likely if the triangle breaks to the downside. And it's not necessarily the preferred wave count. I mean, I can't tell you that the white count, which should go up more directly, is super probable, but I'm tracking this triangle here as A, B, C, D, E. And then this would be a B wave triangle, and I'm tracking here a 1-2 setup, which I thought might have completed already, but then, it's always a matter of observing micro price action, and there hasn't really been any upside breakout. So I told you to really confirm the low is in. We need to move above the green line at $107,300 or $250. This swing high from the 21st of January, it needs to be decisive break anyway. That hasn't happened yet, and the move up was rather corrective. So idea is maybe this was a wave 1 up and then a wave down. We're now in some kind of a B wave, but I would prefer a higher B wave. Otherwise, it's probably not going to work because the C wave otherwise would be too long and break support. So yeah, we'll see if that maybe tomorrow, if the price forms a bit of a wider B wave. I would prefer that. And if not, then ideally it's holding 103,268 to keep the white count alive. Okay, that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.